welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today is my July palette ranking video. So today I'm going to go through all of the palettes I used in the month of July and let you know what was my favorite palettes from least favorite to most favorite. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you've not already, click that subscribe button. I upload 2 times a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and don't forget to click the like button if you liked this video. All right, let's go ahead and get into the palette ranking. So the month of July, I used 9 different palettes. So we're gonna go through and I'm gonna talk to you from my least favorite to my favorite. All of the palettes I used and why I ranked them, where I ranked them. No palettes this month were ones that I'm like, ooh, this is a bad palette. I wish I didn't even own it. Nothing like that this month. That has happened with stuff in my collection before and I usually don't gravitate back to it, but all of these palettes I'm glad I have and I like, but something has to be at the bottom. Also, I just recounted and there's 10 palettes. One was small and it was hiding from me, so sorry about that. At number 10 from Ace Beaute, we have the Tropical Vibes palette. So this is actually the first one, this and the Paradise Fallen, the first ones I ever bought from this company. I actually recently won their giveaway for their Paletopoly collection, and so I'm really excited to be filming with that. I had to wait for it to get shipped to me, but it's here now. So I have the palette, the game, the liquid lips, their lashes, magnetic lashes, like I have it all. So I'm gonna do a dedicated video to that collection now that it's here, so stay tuned for that one. But here is the palette. I really do like the green kind of grungy color story, but a couple reasons why this is ranked lower. Like once I saw this Seychelles, whatever this color is in real life, I feel like I have that shade 5 or 6 times over in my palette. And like it is a pretty blue, but I just feel like I have it so many times at this point, and I was like, ugh, again, this one. Like I wish it was a slightly different undertone, but it really looks the same. And the other 2 shimmers are just like a regular gold and then kind of like a greeny gold. And there's only 3 shimmers in the whole palette. Maybe you like that, but I'm kind of like, okay, a mostly matte palette. It's okay though, because I do have a lot of singles and other like companion palettes that I can pull in to use this. The formula is nice. It's not that I don't like the palette, but as a standalone, I don't usually do that many matte only looks. So to only have 3 shimmers and only one of those I think would work for an inner corner shimmer for me is a little with this palette personally. But I haven't played with it a whole lot, so I definitely need to play with it a little bit more. And I did also buy the 4 little, oh, I don't know what this brand called them, but they look like the Super Shock little circular single shadow pots. I did buy the set of 4 that goes with this for a few more shimmers, so that could help me out with that problem that I feel like I'm having, but I haven't tested those yet. So let me know if you want to see more with this in any upcoming videos or any of these palettes for that matter. At number 9 from Saints, Angels, Sinners, we have the Cupid's Arrow palette. Now this one is all shimmers and I really like this formula, you guys. Let me get it a little closer so you can see it better. This is a shifty, shimmery shadow goodness palette. I really do like this one. It's only ranked as low as it is because there are only 6 colors in here. And I don't feel like you can really make a look, so to speak, with this. Like it is a companion palette, but I also really like if I want something light, like today I'm not wearing any eyeliner. It's a very like just sparkly textured eye look, but simple. I like that for this. I've taken colors like Eve. I like to do this a lot, but you could do this with any of them. Just swirl, pat, mascara. That's the look, honey. I do still usually wear an eyeshadow primer underneath this and then use either like a bronzer or a translucent powder to set the crease, just because I do have like pretty veiny eyelids and I like to cancel that out before I put any kind of shadow on. This is a super pretty easy eye look. Just like I said, only ranked number 9 because there are like limitations to it, I feel like. In the same vein, number 8, also from Saints, Angels, Sinners, is the collab with Funny Butter, Best Buds. This one is also all shimmers. Really could say literally the exact same pros and cons as the previous palette. This one I just ranked slightly higher because it's a 9 pan, so you do have a few more options with this one. And I feel like in here, some of the colors, you can pack a couple different shimmers on. Like you could definitely, there's a few that pair well, do one in the front half and one in the outer half of these or do like a two-tone top and bottom situation to give you a little more variety for these. The colors do pair, like the shimmers themselves, so that this one definitely has that going for it. Number 8 is a palette I never was even going to buy. Okay, this one I got in a mystery box. I'll leave the mystery box linked if you'd like to see what all I got in it, but this is from Melt Cosmetics, and it is the Blueprint palette. Up until recently, I was really anti-blue eyeshadow. Like, blue's actually my favorite color. I just didn't like it as eyeshadow, and I think I just have a fear of like the old lady blue eye look slathered on with a red lip type thing. But what I have come to learn, especially over this past summer, is if I don't do just blue, like not blue monochromatic, but if I pair it with other colors, be it purple, be it brown, smoky, you name it, then I actually do like it. And this palette really came a long way to helping me realize that, because it does have a lot of range with not just blues, but teals, like in the blue family, and a lot of browns and things. And I've also found I've reached for this a lot if I just needed a good brown. This brown hammered has been really nice for deepening up a soft, smoky brown look. And Skylight, you can probably see how much I've dug into it. That's a really nice little pop of blue, like icy inner corner. I've really liked that. This palette does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmers, only 2 mattes. So I've only done maybe 1 or 2 looks where I've exclusively used this palette, but I have used it quite a bit in conjunction with other things in my collection. So yeah, glad I have this one in my collection, because I actually have reached for it to add to other looks quite a bit. Number 6 is once again Saints, Angels, and Sinners, and this is their Over the Moon palette. I have so many of these this month, guys, just because a while back I had placed a bulk order of quite a few palettes, and then Darcy was kind enough to throw in a couple additional palettes for me to test out since I was new to the brand. And some of them I hadn't used yet. I hadn't tested out yet, so I really wanted to dive into that brand a bit more this month. And this one is the Over the Moon palette. Oh, a fall dream, if you ask me. This one's definitely gonna be seeing some playtime when we get to September and October. But I'm feeling a little bit of the spooky vibes creeping in. Like, today's more of a summery, you know, pink, peachy, golden look, but I'm feeling the vibes of these start to sneak in. I know some of you are too, because I know you are spooky little people like me sometimes. Here's that shade again that I said I feel like I have it 5 or 6 times over again. So again, for me, I'm like, okay, this at once was a nice revolutionary pop of color for palettes, but I feel like I see it everywhere now, and I'm done with it. Like, now I see a palette with this shade in it, I'm like, I don't even want the palette now because I have that color so many times. But I did pick this one up and choose it just because the others look so nice. These two are more of like a flaky, chunky, textured shadow. I don't say chunky in a bad way. It's not like flaky, fallouty. It's just nice and textured and dimensional. This one, Hair Moon, is a little bit smoother, but it has this fun like orange shift to it. Can you see how orange? Yeah, I think it looks orange on camera, but it's like orange, yellow, gold kind of shiftiness, and paired with especially the purple and green together. Purple and green are my favorite colors of eyeshadow to wear, so it had to be in my collection, and I really do like it. But once again, it's just not any higher, partially because it's a 6 pan, and I feel like you are just kind of limited with the options, although much more options with this than some of the other ones that we've looked at so far. But also just not ranked higher because I didn't reach for it as much as some of the other ones I have left to go. Number 5, again, Saints, Angels, Sinners. I told you I used a lot of it this month. This was in last month's too. I used it again this month. The Follow Your Dreams palette. I keep going back to it, you guys. This was their collab with Smink. It's an amazing color story, and it's the biggest palette I have from them. But this one's super, super nice. I dipped a little more into the summery colors, like Stargaze here, this orange one. Before I was doing more of like the purples and the pinks in this palette, but I dipped into a little bit more of like the orange and Hope, this yellow, do a few summery looks. And this palette's been really consistent so far too, I will say. I haven't found any shades that are like dud shades, so to speak, which in some brands' palettes I have. This one's been really consistent, so I do really like this one. I know this one is limited, and I think they only have a few left in their shop of this one. It's not coming back. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. They're also running, I think, a 30% off special right now, so might be the time to check it out if you wanted to. All right, number 4 from Kaleidos. This is the Futurism 6 palette, which is called, what is this called? Lunar Lavender. I bought this a while back and just had never used it. Like I said, guys, I've been trying to work through some of these. Some of them on camera through my like Pile of Shame series that I started, but others just off camera. Because I want to use what I actually have and stop buying so dang much stuff that I don't need. So here's the color story if you haven't seen it. And it's nice. That's about all I can say, is it's nice. Like, the mattes are good, shimmers are really nice. It's not like blow your socks off, but I love purple and brown together. I think that's why I rated it so high. You might be like, well, the other ones were such more dimensional color stories. Yes, they were, I'll give you that, but I just keep reaching for this one over and over and over again. I love purple and brown together, I do, and this makes for really easy, quick, simple looks. It really does. And the formula is just like, the mattes are very, I don't want to say creamy, that's not the right word, they just like, they blend really well, and there's not a lot of excess on the brush. Like, it picks up seemingly just the right amount. And I don't feel like I have to do a lot of blending to get it to look smooth. So I really like that about this one. I don't like that the names are on this little plastic insert. You tell me how you feel about that. I hate it when they put the names, like the shade names, on the plastic insert and it's not on here. I also hate it when they put the names on the back of the palette and you have to like be like, wait, is it this way or is it this way? How do I know what the shade name is? Maybe that's just me. But that's like the one thing I would change about this, is they should put the shade names on the actual palette. They have quite a few in this little Futurism line. It's the only one I have. I do really like the magnetic packaging. It's very small. It does give me kind of mini Game Beauty vibes for those of you familiar with that brand. But the packaging is really heavy and sturdy, and it's just, it feels good quality. In number 2, the last Saints Angels Sinners palette I'm going to mention in this video, promise you. This is the Kazi palette. I don't think this one's available anymore, but this one, oh, you guys, this one is really nice. I used this when I went out to a comedy show with Wesley and my brother and my sister-in-law. The look I created, chef's kiss, so good. Especially the standout shade was Pretty Girl. It's a little fragile, I'm not gonna lie, like it's even flaking off a little bit as I'm holding it up, but it is the most gorgeous iridescent green shade. Oh, I mean, I think I did some on the lid and the inner corner and it was gorgeous. I doubt you'll be able to see the green at all on camera, but that one is wonderful. What else did I use in my look? I think I used Svelte and this shade here that you can read if you want, but I'm not gonna say because I'm trying to keep my channel a little PG for all my small ones that watch. But yeah, this was really, really nice, and I haven't used all the combinations floating around in my head for this one, so I definitely want to play with this one more. It's just such a unique color story to me because I think it's the dark mattes that do it for me. Because there is like, I don't know, using like a mid-tone purple as the crease just feels different to me. I don't know why. It's probably not unique, but to me it feels like it is. And then to have like that navy or even that dark olive to deepen up the outer corner or do like a color dark matte liner with, very nice. And I know by now that I like St. Angels and Sinners shimmer formula, so this one was just really a standout to me this month. All right, and number 1, it's gonna surprise all of you. It really is, because I don't even know if I've told you that I have this in my collection yet. I got it when they were having a sale like a month ago, and I don't think I really said anything because it's like an old palette, old release, but I've really been wanting it, and when I saw it was on sale, I jumped. So my number 1 palette this month, Guess, go ahead. If you had to guess, what is a brand that is so not something I ever talk about? What do you think it is? Tell me in the comments. It's from Huda Beauty. I'll tell you that much. There's your hint. Maybe now you can pause it and guess and then come back here in a second when I get it out of the packaging. So it's the Rose Quartz palette. Is your jaw dropping? Because I know mine did a little bit when I was ranking these and I'm like, is this really my #1 palette? But I started thinking about it and I'm like, okay, even though it's neutral, like I've reached for this so much off camera this month. Let me show it to you if you have not seen it yet. It looks very basic, right? Which sometimes like I need a basic look quick for work. But these shimmers are the standouts of this palette. The mattes are very nice. Honestly, the formula of these mattes remind me of the mattes in the Kaleidos, like as far as it seems to only pick up like what you need, which is great. But the shimmers, some of these like Moon Magic, it is magic. They're so dimensional. They're very duochrome flippy, very shimmery. Cosmic Love is nice. Even the gold one, like Quartz, they're so sparkly that I'm like, I don't remember. The only other palette I have from Huda is Mercury Retrograde. I like that palette a lot too, but I don't remember the shimmers being this elite. I haven't tried the weird Love Stone like little glossy shade yet. I honestly don't really know what to do with that other than like if I just did a glossy eye, which I have oily eyelids, so I don't know if I'm really about that. So I don't really know what to do with that shade. Maybe you guys can help me with that. But this one is just beautiful, guys. And it was, I don't think it was half off now that I'm thinking about it. I think it was 40% off. So I snagged it, you bet, for that price. And I get it. I get why people were raging about it when it came out. If you see it on sale or if you really are wondering if it's worth the hype, I think this one is worth the hype. I've really reached for it a lot. Before I got that, whenever I needed like an elegant, quick look, I was going for Lunar Beauty's Nude Prism palette that they just came out with. Love that palette too. But that one, the shimmers are a bit thicker, chunkier, textured, which is fine. These are more like iridescent and smooth and sparkly. I like them both. They're just different moods. So yeah, that is my 10 palettes I used in the month of July ranked. Did anything surprise you? I think I surprised myself with some of these. Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, like I said again, if there's anything that you saw me rank that you want to see more of, there's a palette in here I didn't talk about. What in the world? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I skipped number 4. Did I just say 3, 2, 1 and skip 4? I'm not gonna know till I watch this back and edit it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll throw it in here just to tell you. It's the Odin Zion Giant Wolves palette. It's number 4. Dark mattes, loving it. Sparkly, multi-chrome. Astral's nice. Eternal's really nice. You can't buy it anymore, so I guess I won't talk too much about it, but it's lovely. There's some weird color combinations you can do with this one. I don't know how I skipped that in there. I'm sorry, but there's another one in case you were like, you said 10 and there was only 9. There it is. So yeah, I will start collecting. I think I've already got 3 on my list for palettes I've used in the month of August. If there's anything in here you want to see me film more of or anything in general, feel free to leave me comments, suggestions for videos. I know you guys really like the singles, so I'm definitely planning on doing another one with the singles. Wes and I are still planning. I'm hoping I can convince him this Friday to film with me our D&D inspired makeup video, because we didn't do a video together yet for me hitting 400 subscribers. I told him we gotta get on it, girl, because we're already more than halfway to 450. And he told me every 50 subscribers he would do a video with me. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I hope to see you guys again on the next one. Bye!